Isabella Grant never imagined that a chance encounter with Sheikh Khalid Al-Fahim would turn her glittering Dubai life into a nightmare. One wrong choice, one hidden secret, and the line between passion and danger vanished, leaving desire, betrayal, and deadly consequences in its wake. The crime scene presents a new page of crime, a new mystery, a new shock case. Dubai gleamed under the relentless sun, its skyline a glittering forest of glass towers and gold accents. Among the city's elite, Isabella Grant lived a life most people only dreamed of. Early 30s, stunning features, and a wardrobe that looked ripped from a fashion magazine. She had everything a woman could want. A sprawling villa with infinity pools, luxury cars parked in pristine driveways, and a husband whose business empire stretched across continents. On the surface, her life was perfect: glamorous dinners, charity galas at the Burj Khalifa, and social invitations that spoke of status, wealth, and influence. But beneath the glitter, Isabella was restless. The excitement of wealth and luxury could only mask so much, and the emptiness she felt grew with each passing day. Her husband, Michael, was a kind man but distant, consumed by corporate meetings and investment portfolios. The villa that should have felt like home began to feel like a gilded cage, echoing with silence and routine. Nights alone in the master suite, Isabella scrolled through social media, envying the freedom and attention other women seemed to command, attention she no longer received at home. It was at a charity gala that the first spark of danger appeared. Sheikh Khalid Al-Fahim entered the room, exuding authority, wealth, and confidence. His presence was magnetic, commanding attention even without words. Isabella, dressed in a shimmering gold gown, felt a thrill she hadn't experienced in years. Their eyes met across the crowded ballroom, and for a moment, the glittering city around them vanished. From that night on, their lives intertwined in secret. Private dinners, whispered encounters, and luxury trips became the new normal. Isabella felt alive again, intoxicated by attention, power, and secrecy. Weeks turned into months, and Isabella found herself sinking deeper into the dangerous allure of Sheikh Khalid's world. Every private jet ride, every luxury resort visit, and every hidden dinner became a pulse-quickening thrill. The excitement of living beyond her usual routine consumed her, and with it came a creeping awareness that she was playing a game far riskier than she realized. Khalid's attention was intoxicating, but it was never free. It came with demands, expectations, and an unspoken control that Isabella hadn't fully noticed at first. He wanted loyalty, secrecy, and compliance. Even small acts of hesitation or independence from Isabella sparked a subtle warning in his sharp, calculating eyes. She tried to rationalize it, telling herself that power and wealth often come with boundaries, that she had chosen this life, that the thrill justified the tension. Yet the more she tried to maintain her balance, the more she felt trapped. Her friends noticed her distance, and Michael, her husband, began questioning the little lies she couldn't fully cover. The city's glittering nightlife masked the tension perfectly. Lavish parties, five-star restaurants, and exclusive clubs became both playground and prison, a gilded cage where every movement was watched, every interaction noted. Isabella started noticing Khalid's entourage, bodyguards and assistants who seemed to shadow her steps, their expressions unreadable, always observing. Even his smiles carried weight, and every compliment felt like a carefully placed marker in a high-stakes game she didn't fully understand. Despite the warnings, Isabella couldn't pull back. She was drawn to him, addicted to the danger and luxury alike. Each encounter with Khalid increased her fear, but also her craving. And beneath the shimmering lights of Dubai, as she slipped deeper into the Sheikh's world, the stakes rose silently. Isabella's thrill turned into unease as the months wore on. The glamour that had first drawn her and now carried a dark undertone she couldn't ignore. Sheikh Khalid's charm was shadowed by something colder, a calculating intensity that surfaced when she hesitated, questioned, or even expressed doubt. His attention, once intoxicating, now felt like scrutiny, his gaze sharp enough to cut through her carefully constructed lies. Every step she took in his world, the private villas, the exclusive resorts, the hidden dinners, carried the weight of his expectations. A single misstep could unravel everything. Back at home, Michael Grant remained unsuspecting of the affair, but Isabella's behavior had begun to shift in ways he noticed. Late nights became more frequent, her excuses thinner, her demeanor distant. The villa, once a sanctuary of luxury and comfort, became a cage of secrets and tension. Isabella found herself constantly calculating, wondering if a phone call, a message, or a slip of the tongue could expose her. The fear of discovery gnawed at her, but the thrill of Khalid's attention kept her tethered to a dangerous path she couldn't abandon. The cracks in her life became impossible to ignore when she discovered evidence of Khalid's darker tendencies. He demanded absolute loyalty, exerting control subtly yet powerfully. His bodyguards followed not just him but her, ensuring she remained under his influence. The whispers of his network, the tight-knit circle of elite contacts, and the rumors circulating among Dubai's high society made it clear that any betrayal could have consequences far beyond what she could imagine. Isabella realized she was playing a game far beyond her understanding. Her indulgence in luxury and desire for excitement had entangled her in a web of power, secrecy, and danger. The city that had once promised freedom and excitement now felt like a labyrinth of surveillance, manipulation, and silent threats. Isabella's life had become a tightrope walk over a pit of danger. Every interaction with Sheikh Khalid required precision, every word and gesture measured. The luxury and indulgence that had once thrilled her now carried the weight of constant scrutiny. She could sense the invisible chains tightening around her, each one forged from Khalid's expectations, his entourage's silent watch, and the delicate web of secrets she was forced to maintain. The world that had seemed intoxicating was revealing its sharp edges, and with every passing day, the thrill of their affair was shadowed by an undercurrent of fear. Late one evening, Isabella received a message that sent a chill through her spine. Khalid had discovered that she had confided in a friend about their secret relationship. In his world, trust was currency, and betrayal had a price far higher than she could imagine. Panic gripped her, but she tried to rationalize her actions. She had navigated dangerous situations before. She could manage this too. Yet, deep down, she knew that Khalid's patience had limits, and she had already crossed a line that could not be uncrossed. Meanwhile, Michael, her husband, was becoming more observant. Subtle inconsistencies in her stories, unusual credit card transactions, and her increasingly secretive behavior triggered his instincts. He began quietly looking into her activities, hiring investigators, and checking records, building a puzzle of her hidden life without her knowing. As Isabella juggled the demands of her husband, her secret lover, and Dubai's high society, the pressure became suffocating. Every smile had to hide fear, every excuse had to be believable, every movement carefully choreographed. The glamorous city, with its dazzling skyline and endless nightclubs, became a cage of wealth and desire, trapping her in a deadly game. The night that would change everything began like any other. Dubai glittering under a sky filled with lights, the city alive with the hum of luxury cars, high-end clubs, and the subtle whisper of secrets in every penthouse. Isabella had dressed for the occasion, her gown shimmering under the soft golden glow of street lamps, carefully choosing every accessory to match the facade of glamour and composure she maintained. Inside, her heart pounded, though she tried to calm it, knowing she was stepping into a world she could no longer fully control. Sheikh Khalid had arranged their meeting at a secluded villa on the outskirts of the city, far from prying eyes and cameras. The villa was pristine, with marble floors, expansive pools, and a view of the city skyline that stretched into the horizon. Yet, despite the opulence, Isabella felt the air thicken, a tension that was invisible but undeniable. Khalid's presence was commanding, every gesture calculated, every expression carefully measured. The power he exuded filled the room like an electric current, making her pulse quicken with a mix of fear and anticipation. As she stepped inside, the dynamic between them shifted. What had once been flirtation and indulgence now carried an edge of control, a subtle warning she could not ignore. Every smile he gave felt like a challenge. Every word, even unspoken, weighed heavily in the charged atmosphere. The villa's luxury seemed to close in around her, walls shimmering with gold accents, reflecting the danger that lurked beneath the glamour. In an instant, The thrill of the affair turned catastrophic. Tension escalated, power clashed with desire, and the night erupted into chaos. By dawn, the villa was silent, its pristine floors marked by the remnants of a violent confrontation. Dubai awoke to whispers of scandal, the city's glittering facade now hiding a dark secret. The aftermath of the deadly night sent shockwaves through Dubai's elite circles. Detective Aisha Al-Mansoori, known for her meticulous approach and unshakable resolve, was assigned to the case. From the start, the scene at the villa told a story of violence and betrayal. Luxury furnishings were disrupted, a single set of footprints leading to chaos, and subtle signs that the encounter had escalated far beyond a personal dispute. Every piece of evidence whispered secrets, yet the influence surrounding Khalid complicated every step of the investigation. Interviewing staff and neighbors proved difficult. Fear of reprisal and the social weight of Khalid's power kept witnesses hesitant, reluctant to speak. The detective had to navigate layers of secrecy, privilege, and carefully constructed lies. Surveillance footage from nearby streets revealed Isabella's arrival and movements, but left questions about what transpired inside. Khalid's personal security team, highly trained and loyal, offered little clarity, their statements carefully measured, masking more than they revealed. Digital forensics became a critical tool. Text messages, emails, and phone records slowly unraveled the web of secrecy surrounding Isabella and Khalid's relationship. Investigators discovered meticulously arranged meetings, luxury transfers, and hidden communications that traced the trajectory of obsession, control, and fear. Each new detail revealed the extent of Isabella's entanglement in Khalid's world, exposing her dependence on his influence and the risks she had underestimated. Michael Grant, Isabella's husband, was questioned thoroughly. While he had no knowledge of her affair, his insight into her recent behavior provided investigators with context, showing a pattern of deceit and tension that had preceded the fatal night. The investigation revealed the deadly collision of desire, power, and control. The trial captured global attention, turning Dubai's elite society upside down. The glamorous facade of Sheikh Khalid's world cracked under the weight of Isabella's death and the ensuing investigation. Courtrooms overflowed with reporters, socialites, and legal teams, all eager to witness how the story of a wealthy housewife and a powerful sheikh would unfold. The evidence was overwhelming. Messages, hotel records, and forensic reports pieced together the deadly trajectory of Isabella's affair. The details revealed a chilling pattern: manipulation, obsession, and a desire for control that culminated in a night of irreversible consequences. Michael Grant, though blindsided by his wife's secret life, remained in the background, observing the trial with a mixture of grief and disbelief. He realized that appearances had always been deceiving. The luxurious life they had shared, the sparkling villas and exotic trips, had masked a web of lies, desire, and danger. He struggled to process the stark reality that Isabella's pursuit of excitement had drawn her into a world where privilege amplified peril, and that the man she had trusted most was capable of calculated cruelty when pushed to his limits. The courtroom revealed not only the crime, but also the hidden structures of influence that had shielded Khalid for so long. His power and connections had delayed accountability, but the law eventually caught up, exposing the deadly consequences of unchecked authority. The narrative became clear. Isabella's indulgence in secrecy and Khalid's obsession with control created a perfect storm, leaving tragedy in its wake. As the verdict was read, the city collectively exhaled, a mixture of relief and shock rippling through Dubai. Justice, however imperfect, had been served, and the story cemented itself as a cautionary tale. Behind the glitz and glamour, desire and ambition could turn deadly.